exposition in Shanghai, and he had his book translated in Chinese, and he actually signed it for my wife with the wonderful slogan, "Water is life," which I fully agree with all my life. Before I got into the beverage industry and before I became waterstone, I used to be a scuba dive instructor right after high school, so I was really into water. Just a different kind of water. Yes, I want to thank him and also the organizers for this opportunity. I told him that I'm not the expert on premiumization of the bottled water industry in China. It's really just my own personal experience from living here for 30 years. So I'm a certified water sommelier from the Goetz Academy in Germany. And how do I use this now? Do I come there? There's a picture of me back in the 80s with my mom and my dad drinking out of the stream, which was possible back then in China, not a problem. These days, they would recommend that to anyone. It just keeps going. Here we go. These were the choices when I was growing up in the 80s. It was the soda water. Nowadays that's replaced by Watson's, of course. Laoshan, which was the first bottled water, state-owned bottled water company of China, and which was really readily accepted by all the foreigners living and the diplomats living in Beijing at that time because it was sparkling and it was very high mineral. The bicarbonate level of this water is between 3,000 and 4,000 milligrams. It's now marketed as the salty alkaline one. Nowadays, of course, Laoshan has many different springs. They have very low mineral waters as well, but this is the one that everyone was drinking back then. The third one is called Lanjian, which means blue stream. But it's actually a water from Beijing. It's from Beijing Spring in the West Mountains. It's bottled there. It started out as a Danish-Chinese joint venture, and they used this French label, calling it l'origine. So many people would think that it's actually imported, but actually it wasn't, and many people didn't know that. Which is sort of already showing you how back in the days, in the 80s, just being perceived as a foreign brand would right away set you apart and mean that it's a quality type of product. And then, of course, Evian, who entered in mid-80s, late 80s, and was a complete game changer after that. But mainly, most water people were drinking was this. It was boiled water and then bottle it into these thermos cans, these thermos bottles. And actually, if you would check into one of the 5-star hotels in Beijing during that time, there was the Palace Hotel, the Shangri-La, the Sheraton, the International Hotel, the Beijing Hotel, were the international players back then. In the hotel room, you wouldn't have bottled water like we have today. You would have these thermal cans, either hot and then one cool. And even in restaurants, you would go, you would find these. I'll get back to that later because that's interesting how there's now nostalgia effect and some people are actually marketing to this sort of period. This is what a supermarket in the bottled water category looks like today. This is Beijing Hualien Group, pretty large supermarket from Beijing, but you can find them pretty much anywhere in China. And I mean, just look at this category here. You start here on the right with some glass bottles, some cans. You see Badois. You can see Saratoga Springs there. At the top, you see Laoshan on the right, next to Perrier. The blue bottle, that's Guangzhou's Gentian, or in Chinese we call Baishuisan, the glass bottle version of that. You keep going down, you actually see Evian, you actually see the Christian Croix version of the Evian, and what else do we have? And then the further you go to the left, you see more purified waters. And you can see it's the majority of waters is the purified water category. And then at the bottom you see the large containers, 3 liters and up, all the way up to 5-7 liters. And that's what it looks like. I mean, this is not just the high-end supermarket, this is just a regular supermarket. Yes, you find the supermarket in neighborhoods that are predominantly have more foreigners living there, but they're in large neighborhoods where there's lots of Chinese living, there's a huge shopping mall, usually a Wanda or something, they will have the supermarket. And speaking of shops, this was the shop that was available when I was growing up. It was just one shop for foreigners, all foreigners, diplomats, and then high-ranking Chinese officials were allowed to shop there, which is called the Yoishandian, the friendship store. And you actually have one in Guangzhou, which has now become it's an official listed company now. You have them in Shanghai, in Beijing. And this is what it looked like on the left, this is what it looked like during the 80s, so still very Soviet style. And then on the right is what it looks like now. You can see a Baskin Robbins, and they're actually turning that into the Conrad Hotel soon. And at the bottom, I just put a picture of the currency that foreigners used back then. This was available from 1980 to 1994. Foreigners didn't use the renminbi like we know it today. They were given this foreign exchange currency, and I actually, growing up, loved it because I would go to the markets and buy my chewing gum and whatnot. They would give me back the equivalent of renminbi, so I would get more for my money and still get like a chewing gum, which was illegal, by the way. We weren't allowed to exchange with local money, but that's what a lot of people did. And also, what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of supermarkets are sort of modeled on this sort of concept of having groceries, but also having arts and crafts. So if today you walked into this Yoishandian's friendship store, you would think you're walking into a museum because the labels, the price tags, and the products on offer would be very cultural. So you have silk scarves and China and paintings and wood carvings, and just very limited grocery items. And the grocery items that are there are really outdated. Nobody goes to these stores anymore, but they're still around, and they're all located usually around the diplomatic complex. So Beijing, there's now two. The friendship store in Wangfujing, the Diplomat Way, and the one in Santung. A little bit more about myself. So I started getting into the commodities industry and then helping Chinese companies connect to the Western technology companies, drilling companies, hydrogeological survey companies, and when China 5 years ago sort of stopped giving out water rights, I then moved into the beverage sector and focused on that. And that's actually why now I'm a water sommelier, because I'm no longer connecting Chinese buyers to foreign technology. I'm now more in the marketing portion, and being a water sommelier sort of cements my position, doesn't make me too obsolete. The other reason why it just came natural for me to get into connecting Chinese large corporations with foreign technology is because German technology is always seen as superior in China. And right off the bat, just because of my background, I was able to play that to my advantage, being German Chinese. And food scandals is predominant in China, and we hear it almost on a monthly basis. Not just with food, but with packaged water. We've heard about the issues with Nungfu and with Evian, but also tap water. So government initiated programs are definitely affected as well. So I think food quality is one major component of the premium aspect of the bottled water. But I'll get to more other key factors. Just to give you an idea of the numbers game, because so many people are always so interested about the bottled water industry in China, and I agree. if people hear that they surpass the US in terms of consumption, yes, fine, but look at the category. I mean, mineral water is really, really low, and it's really the purified water that pushed the whole category into this dimension where everyone's really eager to get in on it. And I've realized that too from growing up here, that you would have these 4 bottled waters that I showed you, and then the boiled water, and then all of a sudden, you know, the big players, Nestle and Danone, come in and set up joint ventures here and set up bottling plants here, and it just goes crazy. There's water everywhere, from all kinds of sizes, and the water cooler market is really on the rise as well. And then you would see another trend where then these scandals would happen, and then more water filters are coming into the market. And that's sort of where I think we are now, where the water filter and the bottled water are not fighting each other, but they're sort of working across from each other, where they understand that this is their category, this is their playing field, and they don't tend to play nice with each other, which is understandable, of course. Back to the numbers game. China's, I mean, it's very outdated from 2013, but look at the per capita consumption. So yes, China is the largest consumer of bottled water, but per capita it's nothing even close to any of these other countries. So there's, for a lot of people, there's a lot of room to grow, but I think it's definitely getting close to hitting the ceiling, and I'll get to that later as well, because the government is putting a lot of pressure on these companies that are taking away this natural resource. So this is what I do now. I consult for a company, and they're over here as well. I bought some bottles, and being a water sommelier, my daily task is to help the marketing team in retail and in HoReCa. That's why I enjoyed Jan's talk a lot, because I feel the same sort of resistance in upscale hotels towards the bottled water, the premium bottled water category, where they're just really happy with the St. Pellegrino and the Voss that they have. And it's really actually the retail that's really expanding their portfolios. Although I've mentioned this to Jan earlier, I take the Hong Kong Jockeys Club, which is a really exclusive hotel in Beijing, and it's right around the Forbidden City where all the government is situated, and it's on the most expensive street in Beijing called Jinbaojie. And it's a members-only hotel. They used to carry the Voss. They now just switched to Rhön, which is like a German natural spring water. And that's really interesting that they would switch from something that they would perceive as very premium, and then to switch to something completely unknown, because Rhön you can't even buy in retail that much. It's really some select stores. So it must be something quite interesting, however Rhön approached them. And if you then think about how that's going to affect the other 5-star hotels who still are sort of really loyal to their St. Pellegrinos and Evians and Vosses, it might influence them to say, you know what, let's try some different premium brands. Also, you know, when we talk about premiumization, some of these large research companies, they always, that's why I don't like numbers that much, is because they just think of the premium brand really just being higher priced, which I completely disagree with, because higher price in China would mean anything above 1 to 3 kuai, which is like it's 15 to 45 years. So anything above $1 automatically goes into the premium category. Whenever they come up with their research reports, then right away that people think, oh yeah, so the premium category is growing. That's true, but that's also because it's running on the back of this huge purified water, which you can buy for less than 1 kuai even sometimes. So I don't really trust some of these research reports too much. So I think And just imagine that premium, higher priced products do get accepted by the norm, and by definition they wouldn't be premium anymore. So in fact it doesn't work because you're constantly having to readjust the higher prices. I agree that in China higher prices in itself alone is the marketing strategy because of the increased income gap, increased wealth gap, but it's not sustainable. Quality, I think, always wins over price. And an example I'd say would be Hengda Mingquan, which is Evergrande's bottled water. They invested a lot of money, not just in their facilities, so they have 4 factories, same area where the water that I consult from comes from, and where a lot of Chinese bottled water are filling their waters from. But they spend a lot of money in terms of marketing and advertising, and you can see here they use Korean soap opera, which were really, really famous at that time in China, and they used Jackie Chan, so this is a huge advertising budget. And they started their price quite high. I think for 350 mil, they started at around under 10 kwai, and then they moved to 7 kwai and 5. You can buy this water now for less than 3 kwai in the supermarkets. Not only did they realize that pricing is not the issue, exclusivity is also another issue. You could buy this water anywhere. I'm talking about you could buy it in the most expensive hotel, or you could buy it at the factory cafeteria. You could buy it at the gas station, or you could buy it at a really, really fancy restaurant. That's because they were trying to play the numbers game, because they try to be everywhere, and if the consumer doesn't get that food that easy. Chinese consumers are quite aware, and they are, especially the millennials, are constantly on social media, and they're constantly adapting. And it's a lot harder to market to them, so they will never accept this type of water that they know is from a big conglomerate. Evergrande is a huge real estate conglomerate, so they just right away say this is a fishy corporate brand, and it just never got accepted. The only people who buy this water is because of the price difference that they can get it so cheaply. So, exclusivity, I think, is the other thing next to quality price that I think makes product premium in China. Exclusivity is not just that only at some areas, so it's not just logistically based, but it's also this whole upgrade effect, I think. This has a sort of a psychological effect, an emotional effect on people when they feel like, oh, I can upgrade a mass product, then I can sort of get a bit of a taste. I can move, which is my next point, there's a social movability, which in China is a great phenomenon. The whole middle class moving from the urban, the agricultural classes to the middle class, and then hoping to move to an upper class is a huge phenomenon. And I think that is part of it, that on a deeper cultural level, it's about the distinctiveness of the upper class and the offerings of this upper class that the middle class can achieve, this desirability and this excitement then of advancing in social status, which is really important. Then Voss was an example that I used earlier that was a game changer, I think. When premium water was already really dominant, that Voss was going to all these restaurants. I mean, now you can buy Voss in all the supermarkets. But Voss was really just available in the high-end hotels and in the restaurants. And not only that, you can't really see it, but their label was one of the first who adjusted their label to the Chinese consumer. So you would have English on the left, and you would have Chinese on the right. So right away, the Chinese consumer was like, okay, not only can I buy it, not only is it available in higher-end places, but once I get it in my hands, and it's further emphasized with all the celebrities drinking it and the media exposure of it. Not only that, but as soon as I touch it, I can see it's been sort of customized towards me because it has a different label that is different from anywhere else because it has a Chinese writing as well. As opposed to like some other brands. Goetz2017, for instance, doesn't do this. It looks quite ugly, I have to say. If you're trying to market this as more premium, to have that Chinese label sort of stuck on top of it and a bit crooked, doesn't really speak premium to me. Although the brand could be perceived as premium. So this, I don't think, is a problem of the brand. It's just the understanding of these premium brands of entering the Chinese market, that you really need to find a good distributor, a good partner to avoid these sort of mistakes. I have some more examples. This is Jan Martin mentioned Apollinaris recently being bought by Coca-Cola. I mean, I would assume that somebody at Coca-Cola is just like, no, just put the label on there. I don't care whether it's symmetrical or not. But look at the picture on the left. If I see that in a restaurant or if I buy that in a retail, I'm like, no, I'm not buying. I'm not paying premium price for that. Just no way. And it's very sad to say, and we have the water over here, and I like this water a lot. Garage, the same thing. Yes, the label is color adjusted, but it's still printed over the original label. And remember too, the foreigners then cannot read the label anymore because some foreigners don't all read Chinese. So you're completely alienating them. And if you're alienating them, then that means they're not buying it. And a lot of Chinese people sort of look what the foreigners are doing, and if the foreigners are not buying it, and actually have the choice, and that someone would witness somebody having the choice from this brand to the other brand, then they remember it right away, and they'd be like, well, he didn't pick it, why should I? There's obviously something wrong with this one. Here are some of the brands that I think are doing it well. This is Saratoga, and this is 40 Degrees. The 40 Degrees one, I don't know if you can see it, but all the way on the right, the label actually comes out just a little bit. That circle at the bottom there comes out a little bit, which definitely shows that it was made just for the Chinese customer. Now, some companies at least then put the label a little bit lower, which I think is still possible to do, is sort of a compromise. I think it's the sort of meeting between the best of both worlds. This is the water that I mentioned earlier that replaced Voss in the Hong Kong's Jockey Club. Still the sparkling version. Sold for 45 RMB. And this whole localization, you can see it with Starbucks, which I think is a great example that in Chinese cultures, coffee is not part of, traditionally as part of the diet, and it definitely has no coffee culture. But Starbucks has picked up and expanded, and it's one of their key drivers in terms of revenue, because they actually put an effort into localizing it. And these are not just really, really huge cities, first and second tier cities. These are lower tier cities as well. So all of a sudden somebody in a smaller city can feel like, well, there's this foreign brand, not only that sort of came in here and everyone sort of follows this new trend, but they've sort of thought about me. They are localizing to me, and it makes them feel special. And they're willing to pay that premium price just for that reason. And not only that, it's just walking into a Starbucks, being seen, to be able to have the money to buy a Starbucks coffee in itself already is an achievement for some people. So understanding the Chinese consumer, I think, is very, very important when we talk about premiumization. Especially the millennials are completely different from the older generation. The millennials grew up with the choice. They grew up with having so many products around them and not knowing, and then constantly changing too because of the whole distribution problem that some foreign brands deal with. when certain deals go astray, and then all of a sudden there's some disputes either at the licensing part or at the import, and then all of a sudden that product is no longer available. So they were right off the bat, they understood, I don't need to be loyal to a brand because I'm not sure whether it's going to be around. So I'm going to adapt and going to try different brands constantly. That's why I think it's more important to cater to these constantly changing customers. And one way to do that is with pop-ups, with interactive media, things that will engage them more and make them more socially, not just move them up the social status, but also make them socially on par with the rest of the world. Because traditionally, the Chinese consumers sort of always look to their neighbors. They look to Hong Kong and Taiwan, where they would get their trends from. And Taiwan would get their trends from Japan and Korea. And Hong Kong would get their trends from the US and from Europe. And that's how they sort of grew up. Chinese consumers, I don't think, are early adopters, they're not trendsetters, they're trend followers. But the new millennials, especially with the whole social media, are very, very quickly changing that whole dynamic. And another key factor, I think, is government policy. So the government is really putting a lot of pressure on its water resources. They're investing a lot of money to clean up the tap water. So tap water already in Beijing is perceived as good to drink because there was so much government push, and because the local government, because Beijing is where the government is, and why would the government drink contaminated water? There's a museum now, and it's huge. It's one of the largest museums I've seen, which is just dedicated to tap water. And that will trigger to the other cities as well. So already the conception in Beijing is that tap water is safe to drink. And once that is being perceived more, then really the traditional view of what consumers used to think about bottled water gets thrown out the window. Because back in the days, really, people thought of bottled water as just clean water. They didn't care where it came from, as long as they just thought it was clean. And that's good enough for them. So also with mineral waters, China is going to put more taxes on mineral water. So not only going to have a strong push of tap water, but you're going to have a stronger push of purified water, which is already there because they're getting more tax breaks. They're not it's not going to be as difficult for them as it is with natural spring waters, and especially with mineral waters. So you're going to see more of purified waters compared to natural spring mineral waters. But it could also go the other way. I mean, Maotai is a strong example for that. People, when the government said, well, we should stop allowing these heavy liquors during state banquets and dinners, everyone thought, well, Maotai is going to plummet. And yes, it took a little bit of time, but they've adjusted really quickly. They've expanded, they've changed their marketing, they've done some interesting packaging, and this year they've increased in value. 41% have entered the top 10 of China's most valuable brands, which is, I think, so this is the list of the top 100 brands. And you can see it's mainly dominated by state-run, and Malta is a state-run company, but very unheard of, especially after the cap from the government. So that leads me to the future. What do I think will happen, and where do I see it going? There's definitely going to be lots of shifts happening. We're going to see a demographic shift of the population in terms of age group. And we're going to see more reports about the slowdown of China's economy. But it's not going to slow the consumption. So it's going to be very interesting to compare the two, how industry is lacking behind consumption. There's also going to be a shift in the logistics centers. So China was always dominated by its coastal regions. With the new Belt and Road Initiative, we're going to see more centers popping up in the West, and different trade routes opening up, different trade channels opening up. And of course, I think in general, there's an increased awareness of health, and you mentioned the whole farm to neighbors trend. That is definitely happening in China as well. There's more and more people already. The whole organic movement is very strong, but there's more and more people really wanting to know where their fruits and vegetables come from. And fruits, I think, is a very, very good comparison with premium bottled water, not just because of the source and freshness aspect of it, but because fruits are also very, very important for gift giving, and the packaging of fruits is very, very important as well. And there's more and more people selling fruits online now, which I think is quite interesting, because there's more beverage companies who are going away from traditional retail and selling completely online. So a really, really strong key driver is e-commerce, which I didn't really get into at all. Back to this picture, the bottled water, the boiled bottled water. This is a brand that is gaining quite a bit of momentum because of this nostalgia effect. So it's called Yan Bai Kai, which means cooled down boiled water, and it's really just cooled down boiled water. But because the name itself already reminds people that's where we came from. It brings back this sort of retro aspect of it. People will buy it just because of that. And I see this especially in the north of China, picking up and creating a new trend. So, bottled water only means clean water. How do we get away from that? That is really the million-dollar question, I think, if you want to tackle premiumization. And that's it for me. Thank you.